Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. Before we trade, was made clear yesterday sucked. I woke up on a good note and it was just terrible. So everything about the description, everything about the video, like I want to completely trash it. Like it was a bad day for me. Today, starting off with a little bit more reasonable note. I went ahead and took the liberty of marking everything I'm seeing. We have our point of control up here. We have a balance area, value area, sorry, for this point of control, and then we have this rotation here as well as the retest point. Now, the way I trade, the way I have my setup, on retest of this, if we get a strong reaction back up to this value area, what we're looking for is for price to close within and then continue lower. That's our whole point behind this. If it doesn't come back up and close within, then we don't trade. Our whole point is that price will come back up and retest this value area and then continue lower based on its current trend. Right now it's broke structure. Right now it's in a downtrend. This says it might continue down, but the only real way for us to know if it's going to continue is based on retest. We need to put down a couple more lines. Oh, cool. Apart from that, let's go back up here. We have a second mode of volume, this right here. This is our rotation. This rotation essentially says, hey, if price continues down and it continues beyond this test point and even further beyond this range here, then the likelihood of it continuing down is also there. But we would need to know exactly where that retest would be. And this volume is in line with this high volume node here. This point of control for this volume is. That was all day yesterday to make up for it. Next available volume node is way down here. As you can see there. This is the next one, but do we think it's going to drop this low? I highly doubt it. And this rotation starts right about here. That is a large range. So now we have pretty much this to look forward to. I want to see exactly what price is going to do based on where it is. Right now, it looks like it's gone down as far as to retest the rotation point, but it hasn't closed within or below, which means it's got to retrace. Where? Back up to the VA. It's got to touch the VA, and then it's going to come back down. That's how that works. Our final take profit, based on volume, I would think, would be right here on this rotation right here. And our final stop loss would be right here. If we were to take this short, right here, our stop loss here, our final take profit here, that's a 1 to 7. This looks pretty, and honestly is pretty. I mean, I think I would take that trade. Why? Instead of a 1 to 3 or 1 to 5? Well, realistically speaking, let's first off, that spread all over the place. That's a crazy jolt around. Like, it's just dancing. I don't understand what that spread is. But it makes the most sense, honestly. And we haven't got a retest yet, looking at this here. 5 minutes got a little bit more of a higher detail, but I think, no, yeah, this works because this is the first candle up from this low volume node area here. So we'll just continue to wait until we see that retest. We'll enter in on a short. Hopefully, we'll see it continue lower. Hopefully, anyway. We know it's in a downtrend now. I mean, you could see it all throughout this major downtrend. However, that's based on opening. If it continues lower, then the expectation is that we'll see it hit this low volume node point of control here, and we might see it react back up to the primary point of control up here, which also works. Pardon me, slept rough. Got a little bit to take care of today. It's not gonna be in and out. If this analyzation is not a perfect representation of what I go by every single day to really decide if trading is right or wrong for the day, I don't know. I guess I'm doing something even worse off wrong. Every time I've taken a trade, I've done just this. Let's take a look at news. Monday, there's no news. Tuesday, let's refresh this page because, wow. Tuesday, there's all kinds of crazy news. We had 8:30 a.m. large amount of heavy hitting news. They were both green, good for currency, I bet. Current forecast good for currency. That's what is forcing price to go down. Same story here. Current forecast good for currency. I know you guys can't see this page. At 10 a.m., Fed Chair designate Warsh testifies more hawkish than expected, good for currency. So, alongside Trump, okay. So based on that news, we might actually see it return way high for a long position. Gotta wait and see though. retest of this value area here. Should have been paying attention, was looking at my editing software, about to edit a video. I think it's okay. We see it continuing down, which is a good thing. My final stop loss be right here above at the point of control, because we know it's tested the value area, so we know it's going to go down. My final take profit. That's about right. We know it's going to continue down, but we don't know how far. You know, this is a good thing. We know that's a good thing. We know this is going to come back down. And then as it's continuing down, it's going to cross this eventually. And this is relative equal. So we could see price leap across and hit this over here briefly. I think this is a good trade. Why do I want to take profit all the way down here instead of where I set up here? Two reasons. One, we're already in the move down. Two, we had a retrace. And three, unlike where I had it before, right up here alongside this point of control for this volume rotation, based on volume and its depiction for the VWAP, we have a large amount of volume here that price could easily, if it decides to flip over, it's going to hit this, and then it'll clip down into this. However, I think Trump's news is going to completely reverse trade decision, trade idea, all of it in its entirety. We ventured the trade. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to see if this would pan out. So I think I did pretty good. Comment below if you think I've done anything wrong up to this point, at least chart work wise. I know there's a little bit more I need to learn. I know there's a little bit more I need to really grasp on too. I need to focus on aside from chart work, because it'll only ever take me so far. Consider subscribing if you're new. I get this is not the kind of content for everybody. This is primarily my note taking, and I'm okay with suggestions, not guarantees. Looks like my trade idea is wrong again. Say that, but this right here is one very, very large amount of volume that it would need to come up and over. The very fact that there's a lot right there says we're going to see price continue down from where it is. It will not let me take another position, so I have to wait for this one to conclude, and then I can continue with attempting to make a new trade. I should have waited until it got to this point right here. Should have waited until right as it closed. This would have been the best entry point. me entering down here was premature. It was based on this candle saying, yep, we had tested it. We might continue on down. That was a wrong, bad idea of me. It has closed within. But that's okay, because we think it's going to continue down low. It's just a matter of waiting. Pardon that. I did not realize the volume was up so high. Yeah, looks like we're going to get stopped out again. There we go. Got stopped out. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, drop a like, leave a follow. Comment below what you think I did wrong here, because I thought I did good. I don't know, maybe it's the early hours. They just don't agree with me. My brain's not here. I'm very, very lucid. I don't know. I've got a little bit to take care of. See you guys in the next one, okay? Peace.